Hi, my name's Ultra, and I want to tell you about the Transformers. Today, we're taking a look at the Transformers Armada episode, Ruin. In this episode, Carlos tries to meet his digital waifu. We begin this episode with Carlos freaking out.
Is this about the girl on the monitor?
'Cause she's just a hologram.
Huh, is Carlos into VTubers or something? If so, I hope he's watching my videos.
So what?
Yep, he's definitely watching VTubers.
Please listen. We desperately need your help immediately.
Yes, we need your help. We're trying to get to 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So remember to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. The Autobots roll out in search of a Minicon signal.
Yeah! We're out of here!
Why did Hotshot sound like the genie from Aladdin there? So they end up underwater. Thus the Hydro Dive booster packs.
Oh, hang on. Forget it. Just a couple of dolphins.
Where'd those dolphins come from?
I don't know. Back there, I guess.
Well, you see, Alexis, when two dolphins love each other very much... So the Autobots stumble upon an underwater city.
It looks like the ruins of some lost civilization. Like Atlantis or something.
What is it with the Transformers and Atlantis? It was in the original series, in Victory, and in Cybertron. Honestly, I'm surprised that there wasn't a Transformers movie that featured it, considering that we also had the Transformers tie into everything from King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, to the extinction of the dinosaurs, to the moon landing, to the invention of the internet. Maybe if there was a sixth Michael Bay movie, the Transformers would have discovered that Atlantis was real, and that it was actually Unicron's butthole, and that's how they were going to defeat him.
Look, before we start, let me address the elephant in the room. I've heard a lot of chatter out there asking why I didn't shrink down, go in, and,
As the Autobots enter the city, it seems the Decepticons are already here and attack. Megatron fires on Optimus and Smokescreen as they try to find an entrance. And apparently the Minicons are just stowed away in the back. Aw, poor little Minicons.
Cover me, Hotshot! Don't worry, I'm already on it, Optimus!
I don't know what's weirder, the fact that Optimus called Smokescreen Hotshot, or that he responded to it.
Thanks for your help, Metalhead. Remind me to destroy you later.
Is that supposed to be an insult? You know that you're all robots, right? All your heads are made of metal. They make it inside, and the humans and their Minicons go look for the Minicon of the episode, while the Autobots fight the Decepticons. The kids discover what appears to be a bunch of humans living in this underwater structure. I guess you could say that they're living under the sea?
Under the sea. Under the sea.
And the people here include the VTuber that Carlos is in love with. Who's that Minicon? It's Sonar!
Sonar.
And is it just me, or does the music sound very similar to the music when you're on Elysium in Mega Man Legends 2?
Looks like you've made it to the residential area. Does it bring back any memories?
They learn that everyone here is a hologram.
And that girl we saw was...
It's just a hologram. I hope you're not disappointed.
No, of course not.
Yeah, like I'm buying that one, Rad.
Carlos finally meets the VTuber girl, only to find out that she is indeed just a hologram.
I come from a great civilization that was lost centuries ago after the arrival of the Ollie Halcons.
These Ollie Halicons are actually a butchered pronunciation of the word Orichalcum, which was a mythical metal said to be found in Atlantis. This is actually the Atlanteans' name for the Minicons. She exposits how these three Minicons, aka the Air Defense Team in the toy line, The ones who combined to form the legendary Star Saber inevitably led to their own doom as the people of Atlantis fought with their neighbors over control of the sword's power. By the way, the Atlantean girl here is never named in the show, but in ancillary fiction, she was given the name Amphitrite, named after the Greek goddess of the same name, who was the queen of the sea and the wife of Poseidon. Also, Amphi is voiced by Kelly Sheridan. While this is her only role in the Transformers franchise, you may know her by one of her many other characters that she's voiced, such as Sanjo in Inuyasha, Starlight Glimmer in My Little Pony, Gale Gossip in Ninjago, Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch in X-Men Evolution, and finally, Barbie herself in various Barbie animated movies. Megatron busts in on the kids and sends Leader 1 and Bone Crusher to find the Minicon. Megs grabs the Minicon and the Decepticons warp out. The humans climb aboard the Autobots as the whole place begins to crumble. And Carlos says goodbye to Amphi. Back at the Autobot base, they explain more about how they need all 3 of the members of the Star Saber in order to awaken them.
I know! I've never seen Carlos and Rad go so gaga over a girl.
I think Alexis is just jealous. I mean, you saw how the other boys were looking at her in the last episode, right?
Aren't you glad to see us?
Sure, Alexis.
And we end this episode with Rad consoling Carlos about the loss of his digital waifu.
I don't think I'll ever forget her.
Yeah, and maybe one day we'll see her again.
Huh?
Well, this was an interesting episode. This is easily one of the more memorable episodes of Transformers Armada. At least for me it is. And it was pretty enjoyable, especially for an episode that focused on the kids. Despite the Transformers discovering Atlantis nearly becoming a trope over the years, this was definitely a cool take on it. The existence of minicons in ancient times, and their presence, both advancing a society as well as ultimately leading to its destruction, is a pretty fun idea to explore. Honestly, this is a much better done version of the previous episode, Palace, which seems to have a similar story, but with sand instead of water. Ultimately, it led to the reveal of Bone Crusher, who I like personally, but he's not really built up the same way that the minicons who formed the Star Saber are. What about you? What did you think of this episode of Transformers Armada? Let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you back here next time for the next episode, Prehistory. So I'll see you back here next time for that.